So today's video is about dungeon quest suggestions.
Now these suggestions are real suggestions from the Discord community, from the Discord server.
That is right. But first, I would like to give the shoutouts to who guessed my favorite dungeon from the last video. There were so many that got right, so I'm shouting out everybody that was correct from the first day of the video. Now, the next question is, what dungeon did I drop my first legendary in?
I know.
Alright, so let's move on to the video. Alright, so our first suggestion is add cars.
Adding cars, I wonder how that would work. Like, is it one of those rideable, like you ride cars around the lobby?
Either way, it's not really a good idea.
No, I definitely don't like this idea.
Come on, you're gonna drive cars around the lobby?
This gets a big thumbs down from me.
Definitely. And I rate this one from 110 a 2. Alright, let's move on to the next suggestion. Alright, so our next suggestion is to be able to upgrade a spell.
This one does not make any sense to me at all. So now we have to upgrade everything, armors and spells.
Everything we hold will have to be upgraded.
And it does not do its full potential, like heals don't even heal until they're upgraded.
Exactly, that heal the player like by 10%.
This is not...
Or the enhanced stingers only do 30% damage.
Yeah, not a good suggestion.
Yeah, I do not want to upgrade my spells. So I rate this one a 1. 1 out of 10.
Totally.
Alright, move on to the next suggestion. So our next suggestion is allow traders to put 2 of the same spell in one trade, like spells.
This is a great idea. So this would lessen the chances for scammers to try to scam. Plus, it's just nice to be able to trade more than one ability at the same time.
Exactly. So, it prevents scamming, like people saying, oh yeah, give me 2 or 3 EIRs, I'll give you this really good purple piece. And they can just leave while you're trying to give 1 EIR per trade.
Exactly, this is a great idea.
Alright, so our next suggestion is allow players to trade gold.
I like this suggestion. This is definitely a thumbs up in my opinion, because maybe not so much for the higher dungeons, but for the lower dungeon players, gold is very much in need. And that will also allow for less scamming.
Yes, it'll allow for less scamming, like, oh, let me upgrade your weapon for you.
Oh, that too! I couldn't even think of that. That one, and oh, I'll give you this for so much gold, and then they start giving you gold, and they're like, yeah, you can have it on the 5th trade, and then they just decide.
I definitely give this one a thumbs up, for sure. Alright, so next suggestion is add potato gun, add dragon, add unicorn, add pets, and add potion, and add an egg, so the pet can hatch out of an egg.
This might be the craziest suggestion that we've run across yet. It's completely insane. It kind of looks like the picture you made.
Yeah, I made a picture for it. So what do you even do in Dungeon Quest anymore? What if they add this? What would you even do?
I don't know. It looks like a totally different game.
You use hatch dragons and unicorns out eggs, then you feed them with potato gun.
Big thumbs down.
Yes, big thumbs down. And I rate this one a 1 out of 10. Alright, next suggestion. Alright, so our next suggestion is add a new tag to items you got in the last dungeon to make it easier to see what you just got.
I actually like this. You know how many times you're like not paying attention when you win, and then you're like, I don't even know what I got in the last game.
Or, you saw you got a legendary, but you have so many, you do not know which one is which, and you do not know if it's good or not, because you can't find it.
Yeah, so if your last drop can have some kind of, a thing that says new of some sort.
Yeah, like the picture.
Yeah, and then you'll always know what your latest items are. I totally love this idea. I never thought about this, but I think it's great.
Yeah, I like this idea.
Definitely a thumbs up for me.
Definitely a thumbs up. Alright, so I'm rating this one an 8 out of 10.
For sure.
Alright, next suggestion. Alright, so our next suggestion is a post-stick weapon.
Why would anybody want a post-stick weapon is my question.
What? Who would want this?
And he doesn't look too happy about it, so I just can't see how this would be a good idea.
How would this even work? So it's a stick with poo on it, and then it has green particles coming out of it, and it just spooks away enemies because it's stinky?
I don't get it. And actually some people voted for this. Like, they agree it's a good idea. But I'm giving it a big thumbs down.
So am I. And I rate this one a 2.
Totally 2.
A 2 out of 10. Alright, let's do the next suggestion. Alright, so our next suggestion is something other than dungeons, or change the name of the dungeon simulator.
This makes no sense. Why would you do something other than dungeons? It's a dungeon quest.
Exactly, dungeon quest, you do dungeons.
Please don't call it dungeon simulator. Oh, this is an awful suggestion.
I mean, yeah, you can see how many thumbs down it has.
I'm glad, because please don't do this. A big please no and a big thumbs down.
I do not want the title screen to say dungeon simulator. Anyways, I rate this one a 1 out of 10.
I agree.
Alright, next suggestion. Our next suggestion is make Game Pass Sprint.
Sprint. I don't really know how this would work in dungeon because it's not really needed. We have speed abilities, and if you don't have them from lower dungeons, you'll get them, soon enough. So it's kind of senseless in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think it's really necessary to add Game Pass Week of Sprint.
No.
I mean, you just end up getting speed abilities later on, so you won't need it later on.
And you don't really have to run that far in Dungeon Quest, so.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't think it's really needed. I rate this a 2 out of 10.
Yes, agreed.
Alright, next suggestion. Alright, so our next suggestion is add unicorns to the game.
Add unicorns. I mean, we have the cosmetic of unicorns, which is pretty cool, but there's really no other need for unicorns in Dungeon Quest. I can't imagine riding them around in the lobby, or, it's kind of senseless.
Yeah, I don't see why we would need to ride unicorns around in the lobby. Like, I don't see why we would need to do that.
Yeah, I think it's kind of silly.
Yeah, it's kind of silly, so I rate this one a 2 out of 10.
Yes.
Alright, to a final suggestion. Alright, so our last suggestion is reset item upgrades. Too many cursed pots out there.
This is so needed. Everyone's thought of this one. It's very important. And look at this cursed eldenbark warrior helmet.
Just look at this cursed eldenbark warrior helmet in blue.
And it's sad because it's trash, and it was a good piece at one time.
Exactly. It's trash now.
Everybody has done this. Everybody has these pieces in their inventory, and it would be great to remove upgrades.
Exactly.
I don't even care if you get gold back or not. Just to clean the item would be wonderful. That's very, very good recommendation.
I don't care if I have to pay gold. I just want to fix this helmet.
Exactly. Even if it cost. This one's a 10 out of 10 for me.
10 out of 10. Alright, so that is the end of today's video, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.